So this is another installment of stuff I own, and I already talked about the Zack Snyder Justice League movie, which was about 4 hours long, I believe. Never released in the theaters. It was basically uh, like a redoing, or it was intended to be what Zack Snyder's vision was for the Justice League, which I consider to be a terrible movie. The theatrical released Joss Whedon movie. The Zack Snyder film was far superior, but it was also, I don't think it was a 5 star movie. I would probably give it more like 4 stars, but definitely a lot better. This is Superman in his black costume, which did not appear in the theatrical release, but does appear in the Zack Snyder movie. So this is supposed to be an homage to the black uniform that Superman was wearing in the Death of Superman, and when he came back and was wearing the black costume. So it's a very simple costume. The Really all you have that's not black, other than his skin, is the S crest and then his belt buckle. So it's very simple, but very nice. I like the fabric on the cape. It has wiring, so uh, wow, the wires don't really. Yeah, they're not the strongest wires. I mean, it can kind of splay out a little bit, but they're a bit weak. Um, or you can, I guess, put it down like that. So they're serviceable. And since it is a figure, you can obviously manipulate the joints. And so I would say that this is a very good figure when it comes to posability. So there's really not a whole lot to say about this figure because it is so simple. There is, you can feel texture on the fabric, and there is detailing in here if you get in close. So it's not just a plain black costume. It does have some design in here, and then as always, it is a plastic figure with a cloth outfit on back, and then you have the uneven stitching in the back, which I keep saying is probably from being hand stitched. So the most obvious thing about this is the fact that it is supposed to be based on Henry Cavill's uh, face, and it is a little bit, you can see in here. So he's got kind of an angry expression. When he was brought back to life, he was a little bit confused, and then you even have some redness around the eyes. This one came with multiple heads. In fact, one head was shooting his heat vision. So I guess the question is, does that look like Henry Cavill? Remember, this is a 1/12 scale, 6-inch figure, so to even come close is pretty good for a figure like this. And so I've certainly seen uh, this, maybe not this figure, because I don't know how many figure makers actually made Superman in the black costume, but I would hazard a guess to say that probably none of them had a facial sculpt this nice. Although Bondi does some really, really nice facial sculpts, and they use all plastic figures, so they would not have a costume like this. So I think it's a really nice figure. Again, this one came in a 3-pack with the Flash and Batman, and I will be showing the Flash another time. But yeah, I think for a Superman figure, it's pretty nice. I do have 2 other Superman figures, and I do, of course, prefer him in the his typical red, blue, and yellow costume. But for a change of pace, I think the black costume is pretty neat. So that is Superman, Mezco Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League.